I'm just out here thinking of everything I need to do, and fixing this wall is going to be a lot of work. I already want to give up. Last year, I did the beautiful siding for this wall, realized my doors were leaking, and had to rip it all out. This is such a disaster. I still haven't finished ripping it out yet, as you can see. And the very first thing I tried siding this with is actually plywood. But I noticed after a half year, it was already starting to buckle at the seams. So it's just not a good enough long-term material. It was a good try and it didn't cost very much. This time, I'm going to try PVC panels.
This can kind of be what happens when you build your own home from scratch with very little experience. Sometimes there's mistakes, and this week we're fixing one of them.
So I have my cut list and I have absolutely no room for error. Each one of these sheets costs like almost $300, and I didn't want to have to buy an extra sheet just in case I made a mistake. If I make a mistake, we'll figure that out when we get there. Let's get the window wall cut first. I will say it's very easy to cut. I also will say it's very easy to like nick it if you accidentally hit your like saw the wrong way. This is all that's left over from one sheet, and this is all that's left over from the other sheet. Last sheet. This is the side I'm working on. I'm gonna make this a strip, this side a strip, and this like a whole triangle thing with two little silicone seamed edges on each side. I only have one shot at this next cut, so I'm gonna make a template. Oh, come on, stay in place. This does not seem right. I don't know, maybe it's fine. A little off here.
So I made some minor adjustments and got to cutting.
So we're a little short here on this board. Hopefully that won't be too noticeable if I just fill it with silicone. And time for these top pieces, the very last pieces of the window wall. Good morning. It's a rainy day today. Honestly, it is quite the perfect day to paint inside. The temperatures are too cold now in Canada to paint outside. So I've kind of screwed myself over with this. I'm first gonna start with a light sand on everything. And the reason why I'm just using my drywall sanding pad is because PVC can like actually melt at high temperatures. So using an orbital sander isn't really the best idea. Just a nice light sand, 220 or 180 grit. Before I prime anything, I want to cut 3 of them just at the bottom. So the bottom 3 pieces that are gonna go on this wall, I want to angle cut, and I want to paint the bottom to protect it because there's gonna be no silicone at the bottom. I'm starting with Aqualock primer sealer, interior, exterior, 100% acrylic water base, which is what this needs, and it's specifically for PVC as well. I've never seen a black primer before. This is kind of cool. And only the edges that are exposed, not siliconed, need to be painted, which will be the sides where the sliding doors are going and basically the bottom edges. So since I have to do everything inside, since it's too cold to do it outside, I also have to paint these little screw heads or screw covers. And so I'm just gonna dab them into the paint. I think that'll work. Now it's time to get my doorknobs installed. Right now, we're having to do this with the door handle. From my understanding, this is pretty simple and straightforward.
And now that the handle is installed, it's time for TCL's smart home lock system.
I am extremely impressed with TCL's smart home lock system. I cannot get over how convenient this is. I can lock my door from bed at night, and I can unlock it with my palm.
Dual unlocked.
The really cool thing about the Palm technology is it's not reading like your thumbprint. It's not facial recognition. You don't need great lighting for it. It's reading the veins underneath your skin. And the cool thing about that is absolutely no one has the same veins as you. Not your cousin, not your twin. And it's reading the actual veins inside your hands. So a picture is not going to work. A replica of your hand is not going to work.
It doesn't matter if your hands are wet, dirty, chapped, or worn out, it's still gonna read your veins.
With TCL, you can set up multiple passwords. You can set up temporary passwords. If you have a house sitter or a pet sitter coming by for the week, you can set up a password for the week. If you have somebody coming by within the hour, you can set the password up for the hour. You can also unlock with a key fob. You can set up multiple Palm passwords, one for everyone in the family. You can set up multiple number passwords, one for everyone in the family. That way you know who's coming in and out of the house. That's kind of cool. And for those who love manual entry or for backup, there's also a physical key to enter your home with. The charge on TCL's Smart Lock lasts for 6 to 8 months with regular use, and you get early warnings via the app or the actual lock that your battery's running low, so it's gonna remind you, go and charge it. There's even a doorbell feature built in, and you can lock it with a click of a button. Done. And it tells you. I like that. It was as easy as setting up a regular deadbolt, but it has so many cool features. Give yourself the TCL home security upgrade you deserve.
Click the link in my description to get the premium TCL D2 Pro Palm Vein Smart Lock for just $139.99 and get an extra 20% off using my exclusive code.
And thanks to TCL for sponsoring me this week.
Good morning. So I got all the codes done, but now I'm gonna get the scaffolding up for hopefully the last time on this build.
And before I start re-siding, I still have to take all of this off. Ripping out all this hard work makes me want to cry. I thought it was going to go over so well. The silicone is like, that's not going to come out easily. I already want to give up. There's like, this is not going to come off. Oh, okay, we're good. I got it peeling. All right, so as long as you start it first. There we go. Whoops. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna spend a day peeling silicone. Like, there's so much of it. Okay, I'm being dramatic. It's hard to start it, but once it goes, you're good. There we go, there we go. I'm annoyed having to do this because it's so much more work than just having to install it. But I didn't know what material I was gonna replace it with, and so I wasn't sure if I... That's the third gunshot. How many deer are they hunting? Get a better shot. Sorry, I don't remember what I was saying.
Like, look at how well these seams have held up over here. Basically, in the spring, when I removed the siding at the bottom to replace the leaking sliding doors, I wasn't sure if I was gonna just replace that siding again with more black plywood siding, or if I was gonna choose a different material. And I ended up choosing a different material. So here we are, tearing it all out. The issue is I don't know where the screws are.
And then I end up stripping them.
Like, I'm pretty sure this one is already stripped.
Got one. Trying to figure out if I can pull it or if I'm gonna have to keep going with the chisel and the hammer. I think I'm gonna have to keep going. Whoa, okay. I was really hoping the top strip would come with it, but it's siliconed in place. Ah! Why can't I find this dang screw? Where is it? It's somewhere. Is there one or two? Maybe there's two. Oh, found it. There we go. Throwing it. Got it. If it landed on this trim, it would have broken it. All right, last one is the one in the middle. It's still siliconed. There's literally one piece of silicone holding on. One little guy. There we go. There we go. Please don't just drop. It is. It's just gonna drop, isn't it? Be careful. We're gonna slowly go down. Hey, being helped with a piece of silicone. There we go. I'm so glad that's over. And I'm gonna start with the middle sections here first because those are really important on where they're positioned. And then from there, go up.
This was originally folding down, but the caulking over here ended up kind of failing because water could go this way. So I'm just gonna adjust this before I put the flashing back up.
Apologies, my camera ran out of storage for this shot. I just have it tacked up with 2 screws because I want to get the whole piece across and then adjust it. Oh, there's a GRK on the end here. It might be stripped. Now to adjust. This side's too dang tight. I can't bring this guy over enough. 3rd time's the charm. I so badly want to keep working to get this done. I just can't see anymore. I'm having a hard time seeing if I have like an 1/8 of an inch gap between everything. So I will have to see you back here tomorrow. That is if it doesn't rain all day. Good morning. I have a few hours before it starts raining. The weather is terrible. So windy. I'm gonna make sure that middle section is aligned well and just keep it moving. I was like, oh, I forgot one. Just kidding. I put a screw cap in last night. Luckily, with doing this twice, I already have my measurements on these boards. Trying to do this without scratching the finish. I dug into the finish. I won't be using this guy, I guess. I will use my miter saw. The rain came early and I will literally be so miserable if I try to install in that on slippery scaffolding and ladders. So try again tomorrow. Apparently this is one of those projects because of the weather that I'm just gonna be working in little chunks. Let's get the next sections up. I think I cut too much off. I'm gonna have to redo that one. Perfect. Good morning. It has snowed. I just have these 3 bottom sections left to go. But first, I have to put in flashing. This side is officially boarded. After some silicone and trim, it'll be looking the exact same again. And now that that is done, it's time to side this side. You might be wondering, why didn't I just bring the horizontal siding across to this side? There's just gonna be a lot of thin little strips. And I think niche siding around the door is just a simple way to upscale the look of your home. But first, I need some flashing. If you ever have to buy these plugs, make sure they come on this. It is so much easier. No fumbling in your pockets for these dang little things. You just hammer them in place. And time for the tricky part. Okay, mistakes were made. This door flange is sticking out here. I put this screw cap in too early. So I need to figure out how to get that screw cap out so I can shim under this side so that this is the same plane as what's behind this board. Really happy that worked. It looks great. I ran out of screws, so I gotta go get some more, but I'm really happy with it. I just have to put the trim in and caulk it all, finish the screws. Also, is this repairable? It's quite soggy, and it's because I don't have my downspouts here yet, and I should actually get that done this week. Could have done it earlier. They've gotten soaked. I kind of want to paint it black, but I feel like I can't do that until everything dries out, and it's too cold to paint outside now. So this trim is going to work, but the wholesaler that I bought it from no longer sells it, and I need 4 of these and I only have 3. I don't even know where this came from. This is neat. I'm gonna do this one. And while I have my table saw out, I'm going to cut my pine tongue and groove for the other side of the house that needs to be replaced. I've got the screws. So that is done, but now I need to make a decision. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do this side specifically, but I feel like if I rush this side without considering how wet these are getting, these posts, if I let this dry out and seal it up, then I can trim it and then moisture won't get trapped anymore. The only thing is it's only getting colder. This is the warmest day over the next week, and these are too wet to paint. So I gotta figure something out. And I think putting up my eaves, which I should have done so long ago, is going to help the situation. I remember why I didn't do it in the spring now. There was baby birds up here and I didn't want to disrupt them. And then I forgot about it because out of sight, out of mind. Okay. I'm worried they're gonna build in here, so I am just gonna leave the bird's nest. That way they don't have to rebuild in a silly spot, because this is her 3rd year building here. She was on the inside before I put all this beautiful stuff up. Since I have to wait for the other side to dry up to get everything done, I'm gonna flip to this side, put the pine back in, get everything retrimmed and siliconed. Unfortunately, I totally stained this wrong then up here, and I think I didn't wipe this guy off, but I wiped these guys off. I might have to do a second coat on it. Next up is silicone, and then I'm pretty well done. For all the corners, I'm just going to use a tool it. But for the flat sections, I am going to tape. I just find it really tricky to silicone those flat sections and make it look good. So taping it first is really gonna help. This is not going well. Something that should only take me like an hour or two max is taking me forever because it's too cold. It's too cold outside. I left this project too late. I'm having to literally heat gun my bottles and then go out there and apply it. It's like too hard to squeeze this out. Like, look. Squeezing. I can't even do it with one hand. And then a little bit comes out. And here's after it's heated. It's a little bit easier, but it's still really tricky. And then you literally can't squeeze it anymore. Like, I can't squeeze it. I don't know what to do. I really want to get in before Christmas, like legally, you know, with actual occupancy permit, but this is definitely stopping me. I went and got a heat pack, and so I might have to wrap silicone in a heat pack to keep it warm and just run an extension cable. It's working. I might actually make some progress today. The wall is officially done. I just gotta put the fascia back up.
And just like that, the window wall is back to its original glory, looking clean, classy, and moody, and blending into the forest surrounding it.
It's been like another half week. These cedar posts have dried out. I'm gonna go up there and sand a little bit and prime it black. The temperature is a little bit lower than when I'm supposed to be painting, but I have to get this done for occupancy. I need this all sealed up. I'm not gonna lie, I've been contemplating this for a while, whether or not I wanted to keep it the raw wood, stain it, or paint it black. And because it's cedar and the one behind it is pine that's stained, I knew that the stains weren't going to match, and so I'm kind of glad I went with the black. It makes the wood pop, like it looks good. Sorry if you hate it when wood is painted, I usually do too. There's lots of wood features in our home, but I'm really happy with that. So it's like 95% there. The only thing is I have these little strips that I cannot do with such a chunky paintbrush. I'm going to hit the stained wood and I don't want to tape everything, so I got an actual painter's brush. I have unfortunately come to the conclusion that this trim being placed in this orientation is not going to look good because, as you can see up top, the gaps are different. That's gonna look terrible with silicone. So I'm gonna turn it. I don't like it as much, but it's gonna cover these large gaps that I accidentally did. It's official. It's done. It is by no means perfect, but it is done, and it is one step closer to occupancy. Like second last, third last step. So a huge cheers. Thank you for being here with me this week. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Like, comment, share. All of that is a huge help. And I will see you next week.